In my electorate of Monash, families are not reading budget papers, they're not reading media releases. I'll tell you what they are reading. They're reading energy bills stuck to the fridge and they're wondering how they're going to pay them and afford groceries that week. They're reading every single one of those numbers and it tells the same story. Under this Albanese Labor government, Australians are going backwards. Let's start with a number that should worry every single person in this chamber. Australia's gross government debt today has hit $1 trillion, and that's according to the Parliamentary Budget Office, who also gave a number of other sobering statistics. Now, what does this mean, Madam Deputy Speaker, for families on the ground in my electorate of Monash? And I want to call out food banks, because food banks are at the coalface of Labor's economic mismanagement right across this country. In Coronella, the food pantry there, the Wonthaggi Owl, Baw Baw Food Relief, the 4 Cs in the area that run the Baw Baw Food Relief, marvellous volunteers, Neerim South Food Bank, Judy and her team. And I won't mention the food bank, but I heard a story the other day about a lady who's sleeping in her car in the car park of a local food relief centre. And that centre are going out of their way to look after her and do everything they can to support her. But this is the Australia we are all living in under this Prime Minister. The debt that we're looking at of $1 trillion, it's more than $37,000 for every Australian man, woman and child by 2029 to 30. It's forecast to blow straight through the $1.2 trillion cap this Treasurer set himself. Labor didn't just miss this target, they set the target and they ran straight past it. And here's the bit that should really concentrate minds. I referenced the Parliamentary Budget Office just earlier, and it says that interest costs are now one of the fastest growing items in the entire federal budget. Not health, not defence, interest. And the cost of servicing Labor's own debt is eating the budget alive, and it's projected to keep rising for years yet to come. So while the previous coalition government lives rent-free in this government's mind 4 years after they first came to office, I'd really like to see, Madam Deputy Speaker, them get on with the job of governing well, governing for Australians instead of flapping around and throwing insults. Actually concentrate on the men and women in my electorate, the families doing it really tough. Let me put some of those numbers into context. Australians are now paying $27.7 billion a year in interest on Labor's debt.
You're joking.
That's $52,000 every single minute. And I'll take the interjection by the member for Hughes because I think those numbers deserve respect. I think families in my electorate deserve respect for the challenges and deep hardships that they're facing. Because every minute, Madam Deputy Speaker, while I've been speaking to this motion, the government has spent more on interest than most families in my electorate earn an entire year.
Shame.
Think about what that $27.7 billion could actually buy. Let's start with 200,000 more nurses, around 400,000 high-needs aged care packages for our elderly. Let's not get started on the home care packages and the people waiting on them for time after time who really need them, who end up in public hospitals, putting more strain on an already stretched system. Or $1,800 in tax relief for every single taxpayer in this country. Instead, it's gone, it's evaporated, burned on the interest bill for Labor's spending. And when Labor spends, Australians pay. And what have Australians got for it? The worst collapse in living standards of any developed nation on earth. Real wages down, GDP per person going backwards in 10 of the last 15 quarters, and power bills up 40%. In Monash, that's not a statistic. It's a farmer choosing between fuel for the tractor and fuel for the family car. It's a young couple who have given up the dream of owning a home, and it's an elderly couple who are watching their nest egg, their family home, shatter in value. Australians deserve far better.
Hear, hear.